Don't underestimate the Ethereum tsunami. Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum and the fact that, as I've mentioned a lot on Twitter and elsewhere, don't underestimate it because most people will, and most people have already been underestimating it for a long time. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. And remember, we are having another sale on the premium list monthly subscription, so if you want to check that out, if you've been waiting for the time to jump into that, now would be the time. Let's jump in. So we've discussed the implications of the Ethereum tsunami for a long time. For a long time on this channel, we've dreamed about the strength that we know Ethereum is capable of showing. And in order to get to that place, you have to live through, a lot of times, the narrative of all these other things are going to replace it. But remember, that narrative can run its course for a certain period of time, but at some point, every single cycle, sub-cycle, every little run, that narrative gets spent, it's spent, and where do profits flow back to? And I said this before, okay? Some people might take them to Bitcoin. A lot of people end up taking them to Ethereum. Why? Because again, they look at Bitcoin and they say, yeah, well, I mean, it could go up another 2x, 3x, maybe 4x if we're really, really lucky. Ethereum, going up those numbers isn't quite as challenging when you start thinking about the theoretical potential to the upside. You do contend with the downside risk, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't take downside risk into account, but that's why the Ethereum tsunami exists. And what I've seen happen is people underestimate it, and people have already underestimated it. People already have underestimated it, and we've seen that, when people were saying you should sell your Ethereum for that random altcoin that was pumping at when Ethereum was at 1400, and the Ethereum the Ethereum tsunami comes out, it shows its strength, and it just keeps taking names. Okay, it'll sweep away even the scammiest of altcoins. So when it comes to crypto, as we've said before, you have to stay resolute in your thinking and disciplined in your strategy. Because if you do not, crypto will chew you up and spit you out. I mean, it's as simple as that. And if you find yourself being the schmuck who's trading your Ethereum over here or over here for some random altcoin that was shilled on Reddit that day, again, more than likely, crypto will chew you up and spit you out. Now, you might say, well, Ben, I mean, I sold the Ethereum and it went into another coin that has outperformed it. And hey, I occasionally do the same thing too. But there's a difference between selling your Ethereum to an altcoin on an Ethereum pump than selling your Ethereum to an altcoin on an altcoin pump. And so when an altcoin pumps and you're selling your Ethereum to that altcoin, you're putting yourself in a huge position of weakness, okay? Now, you guys know me. I'm a huge Ethereum bull, but I also have some other projects, right? Because I know these narratives will come up. I have a position in ADA, I have a position in Polkadot, I have positions in a few other coins. And I told you guys, and this was from my video earlier on ADA. I told you guys back over here that, there are people saying you should sell your Ethereum for ADA at that point. This is chasing the pump, and you don't chase the pump in crypto. Again, if you do, you might get lucky sometimes, but eventually crypto will chew you up and spit you out, because then you feel trapped. So, if you sold all your Ethereum for 8 at that point, then you start feeling trapped and you keep thinking, oh, well, it'll come back up eventually. It could be a while, and it's already down 58% against Ethereum. Okay, so remember, I like these other projects. I think it's worth having a position in them, but rule number one of crypto, as I've said before, you don't sell your blue chip cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, into an altcoin pump. You sell them if you want when those coins are pumping, like when Bitcoin was pumping back in December. I was taking some profits back to altcoins, and you might say, well, Ben, Bitcoin went up another 2 to 3x from that point. It did, but the coins that I sold some of that, and I still have a lot of Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, but the coins that I took those Bitcoin profits to were primarily Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and Chainlink. And all of those have done exceptionally well against Bitcoin since that time. Some better than others, right? Let's be honest, some better than others. ADA has done phenomenally well. Ethereum's just been knocking it out of the park. And what I would like to say again is that we're looking at this uptrend channel. And at the end of the day, and the beginning of the day, and the middle of the day, we have to recognize that these are in fact lines on a chart. And the lines on a chart, typically speaking, are not something that anyone should take to the bank. You don't take it to the bank and ring it up and say, all right, hey, we hit the line on the chart. You just don't do that. And when it comes to Ethereum, I would say, hey guys, there's a non-negligible probability that we come back down. And if that happens, I mean, it's like, okay, I found a quarter that day. Who cares, right? It doesn't change where Ethereum is headed. We did a video a while back on fundamental analysis for Ethereum, and I'll sort of just reiterate some points now, because we did that video, I think, back when Ethereum was like $1,400 and everyone was super bearish on Ethereum. These other projects that are quote unquote solving Ethereum's issues, they're not solving these issues in a way that Ethereum would want to solve them. They're solving them in ways that Ethereum deems unacceptable to solve them, okay? A lot of projects that claim to be better than Ethereum are quite literally Ethereum clones that raise the gas limit, okay? Now, the downside of raising the gas limit, again, is when you do that, when you raise the gas limit, you're making it so that people need to ultimately have more computational power to help secure that network. And therefore, it sort of weeds people out, and people who can't afford this more expensive equipment can't afford to do it. And so what happens? It makes the system more centralized. Another thing is a lot of projects don't have nearly the demand that Ethereum has. You might say, well, yeah, the fees are so damn high. And my response to you is, if a lot of these other projects had the same demand that Ethereum had, their fees would also be high. However, they wouldn't be high because they would probably sacrifice some level of decentralization to keep the fees low. Okay, so you have to recognize that what Ethereum's working towards in the grand scheme of crypto is unparalleled right now. I'm not saying it can't change, but it's currently unmatched, in my opinion, by any other project out there. Now, that doesn't mean that these other projects can't carve out their own niche in the space. I think they will, right? I think Cardano will carve out its own niche. I think Polkadot will. I think several other coins will. But that doesn't make them a contender to Ethereum. It just simply doesn't, okay? And at the end of the day, I would say if you had to pick one crypto that will stand the test of time, I would say Bitcoin. Let's be honest, right? I would say Bitcoin. But if I had to pick a second one, I would say Ethereum. And Ethereum has to pay its respects to Bitcoin. Ethereum pays its respect to Bitcoin all the time. But guess what? When Bitcoin is in a bounce, I mean, this is exactly how we drew it up. And I mean, I don't say that lightly. I know some people say it lightly. I don't say it lightly. We planned for this for what, like 6 months now? I don't say this lightly. But when you get a Bitcoin dump followed by our key Bitcoin bounce without it going to the prior all-time high, this is the Goldilocks zone for Ethereum. The Goldilocks zone, okay? And now you guys know what I'm talking about. So you've heard me ranting about it for years now, and you're probably like, what is this guy smoking? Whenever it is, I want some. But look at it, right? Look at the chart, and you see what's happening. So that way in the future, if you're not watching my channel anymore, which is perfectly fine, right? You're not watching my channel anymore, and you're just sort of following the markets, and you're watching Bitcoin, and you're seeing Bitcoin constantly go into price discovery mode in a bull market, and you're somewhat feeling down about Ethereum. Remember, Ethereum's not going anywhere. The narrative on other coins overtaking it will be spent at some point, and then the Ethereum tsunami will take hold once again and wash away even the scammiest of altcoins. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 350,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, we also have the premium list. I would say check out the bull market sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. Make sure you guys check that out. We're going to be wrapping up. I don't want to give it, well, maybe I should give a date. Maybe the next video on it, I'll give a date. So I'm going to be doing the Into the Cryptoverse NFT stuff relatively soon, and I just got an update on that. So I would say, you know, if you want to get that, make sure you sign up relatively soon, because I really don't want to keep that open much longer. I'd like to just wrap it up and get that out. But if you guys want to check out the premium list, there's weekly reports and videos. We have a risk dashboard, which is how I navigate these markets. Telegram alerts channel. There's an app, trading view indicators, etc., etc., etc. Make sure you guys check it out. You know, we don't run any paid promotions here. I've literally turned down every paid promotion. We have no affiliate marketing. How many affiliate links have you seen? We have no AdSense. So that's the way I monetize. But anyways, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. That'll help me out. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.